Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Trent T. Daniel back with another edition of Mastering the Markets. Why don't we go full screen there? That's much better. I like that. Guys, why are we here? To keep you from becoming what? A broke ass trader. There are way too many of them out there. Our job is to make sure that you do not become one of them. But what I need you to do for me, please hit that like and subscribe button so we can continue to kick out this awesome content for you. Let the people at YouTube know that we're serious about making this a big thing and a big deal in your life. Guys, I struggled a lot when I first started trading. Okay, so there's a term in the poker world. I used to be a big poker player, and there's a term in the poker world called donkey. Okay, and basically a donkey was the guy that sat at the table, and he was so bad he just gave all his money away, and he made bad calls, made bad moves, tried to bluff with the worst hands, stuff like that. Okay, I was a donkey for a long time, and then I learned to get better, and I was not as much of a donkey. Okay, and the reason I tell you that story is because there are trading donkeys. All right. Trading donkeys basically make all the wrong moves at all the wrong times. They get emotional. They get upset by trades. They try to angry trade. They lose some money. Then I'm going to get it back. They think like poker players. Okay. So we're going to help you guys not be donkeys. And one of the things that I had to do as I was learning to trade Forex, I just really made sure I documented and I kept up with all the mistakes that I was making and why those mistakes were happening. And then as I learned more and I was able to develop strategies, I actually went and hired somebody to create indicators for me because I was tired of all the indicators. Guys, I have spent thousands of dollars on all the indicators out there. And at the end of the day, none of them really did what I needed them to do, which was give me simple, easy to understand, good signals and be set up so I could automate those if I chose to, so I could basically trade in my sleep. That was my criteria. So couldn't find anything out there like that. So guess what? I got together with my mad wizards and we created our own stuff. Okay. I would use another word, but I'm just going to be nice guys. So let me get into my trusty chart here and show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay. This is a relatively blank screen. I've got some lines in here for some orders that are coming up over the week after the weekend. So I won't be erasing those, but I'm on a pretty much a naked chart. This is the odd JPY. I have my ATR set here. I never ever trade without it. It's the American Express of indicators. Always use your ATR. Okay. We'll talk about that in another video. But what I want to show you guys is the reason that I always start off my trading day session, whatever, with a naked chart. I want to go in there and look for the most obvious. I'll come back to all JPY, but let's just go to some other ones. I want to look for the obvious points of support and resistance in the chart because I want to know where my hot zones are. I have a strategy called the hot zone strategy, which means I only trade in the vicinity of major support and major resistance. I stay away from anything in the middle. I don't get as much action, but the action I do get is very quality. Okay. So we'll talk more about that strategy in another video. But right now, I'm talking about how to really play off of the major moves in the marketplace, which are called reversals. I needed a way, first of all, to know when it's happening. I needed the points of confluence to be there to let me know I could go ahead and take a trade. And I needed it to be easy and simple to understand and automated so I could actually trade in my sleep. That's what we've got in here. So introducing you guys to trade score reversals. Now, I know this screen looks an absolute mess right now because I'm zoomed all the way out and you see all these flags and you're like, okay, what's really going on? But as we start digging into the weeds and we start going out some, then we start to see a much clearer picture. Now, let me tell you basically the logic behind this program, okay? The logic behind this program was helping people identify when major reversals are happening in the marketplace, but also offer points of confluence with those major reversals so people could understand that they could feel confident in taking the trade. Didn't find anything out there. That's when we developed trade scores reversals, which you can get at tradescorepro.com. It's $39 a month. It's well worth it, and I'm going to show you why. Every single one of these colorful flags here gives me a message that I need to know. And I am going to point out also a deficiency in the indicator because I just like to be full disclosure and to let you guys know that we're not perfect and nothing in the market is going to be perfect. But here's what's very important, guys. As you can see, these reverse up flags, all of these come and typically there is some type of big reversal that happens when these flags show. There are also points of confluence based on the ADX, the DI, the RSI, and the ATR and also price action. So we've got multiple points of confluence. So when you see one of these flags, you can pretty much be assured that it's not going to be a false situation. It will happen. Here's an example right here. You see this reverse up flag and this thing goes straight down. So you are going to get bad signals. And I just want to tell you that now. But really, you should be in around the 65 to 75% range as far as accuracy is concerned. Depending on the market, that could be higher. But the key is knowing when these reversals are going to happen so you can take advantage of them. So what you've got is a situation where you're getting these reversals, okay, that are telling you, hey, there's a short-term play here, okay? It could turn into a long-term. This is where trailing stops will help you a lot, maximize on these. But here's another signal, guys, and these are actually my two favorite ones. That's the breakdown, okay, and the break up signals. The reason these signals are so valuable is because they actually let you know when a level of support and resistance is most likely not going to yield in a major reversal like this one is. This is a major reversal. This is a minor reversal. This is a minor reversal here. So these flags help you understand that, because I have looked all over and I was so frustrated because I was trying to find indicators that would stop telling me that this was a level of support and that I should go long on this, because at the end of the day, I can't go too long, because realistically speaking, this is only a, what's this, 100 pip move, but where it starts to hit some resistance is at 44 pips when it hits that 20 EMA. So I can't go that far with it, okay? What I'm looking for is these big ones right here that go, they have literally no drawdown and they go up for 200 or 300 pips. This program is the best that I have ever seen doing that, because it tells me that these breakdowns, these levels of support are most likely not going to hold. So they're going to yield in a continuation of the trend. Yes, I do have these reverse ups that also tell me there is a short-term play here on the reversal. But at the end of the day, these breakdowns and these breakups help a lot. Let's look at this, for example, here. Okay. So I've got a level of support. A level of resistance that formed here. Normally, what would you do? You would want to take a reverse trade at a level of resistance, but this thing just broke right through. This indicator told me on the third bar that this resistance was not going to hold. This told me on the fourth bar that this level of resistance was not going to hold. And then when it got to the top, it gave me a reverse down signal, okay? We have done so much back end. See, this looks really cool on the front end, but there's so much that has gone into the back end of this and the development of this, so you guys can know that these levels of support and resistance are most likely going to break, okay? Look at, and that's why if this were $139 a month, it would really be worth it. But, you know, we want to keep our prices at a value for people. But look at this. So you've got a breakout. Okay. You've got a reversal that happens here, and it picked it perfectly. Okay. Then you've got, look at this. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You've got 8 levels of resistance that developed here. And every single one of them, typically you would have wanted to trade the inverse. You wanted to trade the reverse that's going to reverse, but you're getting these signals on like the third bar. So if the price continues to trend on that support or that resistance line, you're not doing anything but just waiting for the trade to go up. So these are consistent areas of value that are being done. Now, again, I said I could be full disclosure. For whatever reason, the reverse down signals are nowhere near as accurate as the reverse up. So what we did is that we actually put into the settings where you can turn off those reverse down signals. Why that happens, I just don't know, but it is what it is. And we just have to kind of roll with the markets as they dictate. But on this other side, like I showed you, you've got these breakdowns, which show that these levels of support are not going to hold. Look over here. We've got the same thing. Even if you ignore the reversal ups, which there are some short-term plays there, you got this level of support that's not going to hold and this level of support that's not going to hold. Let's look at this. Look at all these levels of resistance that formed and they did not hold. They yielded into higher prices. Even if you know you're going to have a major drawdown, but if you get in here, this is drawdown, but it's not taking you into the negative. So you're riding these up all the way. Let's go to another chart here and just kind of see what we get from that, because I want to show you just how universal this is. Okay, so you've got the same thing here. This is the Canadian CAD CHF. So you've got 3 levels of support that formed, and guess what? None of them held up. Most indicators out there would just let you know that this was a level of support and to be looking for some type of reversal play here. But this one's telling you on the 1, 2, 3, 4, it's telling you on the 4th bar, Trent, it's not going to make it. Okay, go ahead and short this one, continue to do so. And then it, excuse me, it perfectly picks up a reversal here. Okay, so guys, I would highly recommend that you add trade score reversals to your trading arsenal. First of all, because I lost a ton of money in learning why this is important. Okay, and then we went ahead and invested into creating something that can help you. But everything that you see that I show you as far as an indicator, it's something that I'm actually using. Very rarely do I use somebody else's indicators because I've created our own that do specifically what I need them to do. But this is not something where we just kind of threw this together. This has been based on a lot of experience and a lot of money lost learning this. Okay, so again, I do like to tell everything and let you guys know that, listen, you're going to get some bad signals out of trade score reversals, especially when it comes to the reverse down. So my recommendation, just turn them off. Okay, just turn them off and don't even worry about them. And you are going to get some bad signals as far as the price going up. This is basically what's called a breakthrough signal, a break up, but the price doesn't break up, break here. But if you look at all the money and all the frustration saved by you losing on these levels of support or resistance that don't actually hold up and produce a major reversal, then it's well worth the trade-off. And that's why I said about 65 to 75% accuracy rate. Okay, so guys, like I said, the key is that I use the no broke ass traders. That's just kind of a fun thing that we do, but it's for real. It's easy to lose all your money and a lot more than that in the markets if you don't know what you're doing. And indicators sometimes give people a false sense of security. Okay, the reason we develop trade score retrace and trade score reversals is because you need all the confluence done before you even get the signal, because I could get a signal, but then I've got to go look at the RSI and the ADX and this and this and this. And at the end of the day, I either missed out on the opportunity, or I overanalyzed it, or I didn't know how to analyze it, and I made a bad decision. Okay, so trade score reversals available for $39 a month. You can get it at tradescorepro.com. And I hope you enjoy it. I certainly know I do. It certainly helped make me a much better trader. And we'll be talking about some more strategies and things later on. Guys, if you would, please remember to go and hit the, well, you don't have to go anywhere, but just hit that like and subscribe button. We want to keep sending a message to YouTube that you guys are really digging this content. I will be back in another video very soon to talk to you more about becoming successful in the markets and making sure you don't ever become a broke ass trader. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. We'll see you later on. Bye-bye.